How can you grow your portfolio 10x or better with investments in kind of a difficult market? A lot of altcoins out there certainly do have 10x potential, but because there are so many projects out there, the obvious question becomes, how do you choose? Fighting against a tough market right now for those real altcoin gems is tricky and it is challenging. However, it is doable. So we're going to help you out by looking at 4 altcoins in this video, all of which have very low downside risk, but at the same time, 10x or more potential. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest. Maybe that's into 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of these altcoins that we're looking at. Maybe that's into something else entirely. That's fine. Either way, I wish you very, very well. But I'm not a financial or investment advisor. Just remember that. And also remember that this video, by extension, of course, is not financial or investment advice. So perhaps I misspoke a little bit there in the intro because we're counting down 4 great projects, not exactly 4 altcoins, however. These are 10x projects. And the first entry on this list, although not an altcoin, is still part of that 10x potential category. It is Bitcoin, BTC. And look, you're probably tired of me saying that if you don't have some Bitcoin at this point in your portfolio, then you're doing it wrong in crypto. I admittedly sound like a broken record when it comes to that, but it's true. If that's who you are, you don't have any Bitcoin and you're chasing only altcoins, I would advise that you change your strategy because it's important to have at least a little bit, but preferably more than just a little bit BTC. Now, the most recent narrative around Bitcoin, aside from the ETF news, is that Bitcoin is digital gold. This is kind of resurfacing as a narrative. It's something that we've seen now for years. And of course, naturally, that means that comparisons to gold are going to get more and more common. The total market cap for gold, as I record today, sits at $16.772 trillion. It is far and away the largest asset class in the world, multiple times larger than the largest company in the world, which is currently Apple. And Bitcoin, by comparison, which is down almost 3% on the day, sits at $1.275 trillion in total market cap. So those numbers actually show us that even a 10x in BTC, if it happened overnight, which it won't, but hypothetically, that would still make it less valuable than the entirety of the gold market. And that is saying nothing of the many advantages that Bitcoin holds over gold. BTC, for example, is digital. So, of course, it's easy to send all over the world. It's free or very low cost to store when compared to physical gold. It has no phony derivatives or hypothecation concerns as gold does with its so-called paper gold. And lots of certificates out there that are kind of garbage, that are diluting the value. Often they're issued in a higher quantity than the physical gold to back them. Although BlackRock actually might help close the gap here on this advantage and get into hypothecation and wrapping and derivative products for Bitcoin. In fact, I would be more surprised if BlackRock doesn't do this eventually because there seems to be a good opportunity here. Bitcoin is also available anywhere and it's going to become the money of the internet. And look, to be fair, gold does have its benefits too, but Bitcoin has more if you list them, especially in the digital age that we are now living in. And pretty much across the board, without any exception that comes to mind, all of the Bitcoin investors that I know kind of view this as a matter of time. They feel that Bitcoin's market cap will inevitably eclipse that of gold. And when it does that, it's going to be a 16x minimum. And, gold may be higher in the future. So it could be a 20x, could be a 25x, who knows. But it therefore seems safe to say, it seems almost fated that BTC will do a more than 10x from here. Next on our list here is Polygon, one of our old standbys, but we still love it. The only big question mark upcoming for Polygon is the token migration from MATIC, M-A-T-I-C, to POL, P-O-L. Yet it's not a real problem, it's just kind of an unknown at the moment. The POL token will have more utility and be useful across Polygon's products, not just the POS blockchain, as MATIC is now. And its ZK EVM is crushing. By improving zero-knowledge tech for privacy between Layer 2s and Ethereum, it allows for batching more transactions together, and that makes for better scalability for any L2 that chooses to use it. And we talked about this the other day. Its ag layer is actually doing even better. So for aggregation, the idea is to use a layer built on top of all the zillion or more Ethereum layer 2s, so the liquidity and app access isn't as fragmented as it is right now. By fragmented, we mean that apps and crypto on Arbitrum often stay only on Arbitrum unless given a pretty good reason to move. Okay, but now Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, and Blast are going to be able to combine their app access and liquidity for better volume and pricing in gaming and DeFi. You may not be hearing a lot in terms of this from Polygon as of late, but that doesn't mean they aren't making moves. They're doing very, very well on this front and deserve more praise and more hype, in my opinion. And at a MATIC token price right now of just below 50 cents, it's a real bargain. Look, a 10x from here would take it to $5. We're sitting at a $4.6 billion market cap. So by extension, that would be a $46, $47 billion market cap. That's definitely doable. That's lower than its all-time high, actually, which we expect Paul to challenge when people ultimately discover layer 1 chains, again, that are not named Solana. There's still a lot of potential here for Polygon. Next up here, and at number 3, we have one of our AI favorites in Chain GPT. Now, its current market value sits at only about $80 million, and so a 10x from here would take it to $800 million. Again, very doable. Some of the things that we really like about Chain GPT are its NFT generator for individual tokens or collections, a launchpad for AI and Web3 projects, AI-assisted trading help and research, the power and performance of general Web3 infrastructure and AI infrastructure specifically, which is what Chain GPT provides, and using AI to create better, faster, and cheaper smart contracts. You don't need me to tell you the potential of AI or artificial intelligence and crypto together. That's kind of old news, and we've been hammering that point now for a while. But infrastructure tools that make using AI easier are going to be the first line of successful projects within AI. And all users of Chain GPT infrastructure need CGPT for payments. And they cost a lot less than the alternative, which is building out an AI model. They also cost a lot less than the typical computing power needed for an AI project. So at the current market cap of $80 million, we think this project is a steal. Last but not least here, and one of our favorites as a 10x possibility from the RWA sector, that's real-world assets, is Goldfinch. This is a project that's one of the more advanced RWA platforms by TVL, meaning that real-world people are using it to tokenize real-world assets already. Goldfinch has a general pool where you can earn 7.6% on your USDC. That is not bad and a very nice return to start with. Then as a decentralized credit protocol, they have investment funds for various niches, like by geography, for example, that's their African Innovation Fund, or by industry, like Carbon Reduction FinTech Fund, or both, like the Emerging Markets Southeast Asia Fund. And today, Goldfinch's senior pool is paying 9.33% APY on your USDC, and that money is spread out over a few different pools and a few different types of investments. A lot of the RWA market is talk so far, to be honest, and big things are coming, yes, but only a fraction of the options are actually available in terms of projects that are already offering them. So that being said, why not start with an RWA project that's already doing it? Goldfinch's active loan volume is close to $100 million and growing, and they are far ahead of most of the competition out there. Their GFI token has a market value of $208 million. 10x from here, doing the quick math, would just place them a little over $2 billion. That is possible for a leading RWA project that's already tokenizing assets and making loans. In fact, a 10x placing them at about $2 billion total market cap would seem like a conservative estimate to us.